Kim, I'm so sorry to message you so early in the morning. Our car was stolen this morning. The key we had hanging up by the door inside the house is also gone, so there's a high chance it was stolen. I just got done calling the police, but we're also asking everyone in the neighborhood for any information they might have. Please let me know if you know anything about this. Even if you think it's small or irrelevant, I'd be really grateful for anything you can tell me. Sorry again to bother you. Sorry, Olivia. My signal's bad. I only just checked my messages. Kim! I'm sorry to trouble you when you're busy. If you know anything about our car, I'd really appreciate it if you could tell us. The police are investigating, but we're trying to find out whatever we can from people in the neighborhood. Oh, your car? Well, about that, I borrowed it. What? I came over early this morning and borrowed your car. Forgive me for telling you after the fact, but I'll be borrowing it for the whole day. There's no need to trouble the police over this, so see to it that they go home, okay? Wait, what? You stole our car? Wait, how did you get the key? Don't be so dramatic. I didn't steal anything. I borrowed it. I noticed the key hanging on the wall yesterday when I came over to your place for coffee. So I borrowed while you were in the kitchen cleaning up. I'm gonna come and give it back to you this evening, so relax. What are you talking about? We need it. Oh, don't be silly. I'm only borrowing it for a little while. I always did have a soft spot for your luxury sports car. Oh, I got a little excited every time I saw it parked up in the drive. I wanted to see what driving it was like. Just once to feel the roar of the engine, the wind in my hair. Thanks so much for lending me it. I'm going for another drive now. I didn't lend you it. You come and give it back right now. That's my husband's car, and it's very important to him. Plus, you're not even legally allowed to drive it without your name on the insurance. You have no idea how much trouble you've put us in. Oh, please, just give it back. Stop being such a tightwad. It's always me with you. You have 2 cars anyway. What's the problem with me borrowing one for a little while? I'm a single mother on welfare. I don't even have 1 car. And there you are with 2 parked up in your drive. Neville's having the time of his life being in such a cool car. Neville's in the car with you? But it doesn't have a child seat. If you don't have a car, that means you don't have a child seat of your own, right? Why is Neville in there with you? Do you at least have him strapped in properly? He's fine without a child seat. He's sat comfortably on my knee and having a great time. What's the harm in one day? That's dangerous. What are you thinking? What if you get into an accident? It's fine. Take a chill pill, sweetie. My boyfriend's the one driving. There's no way he'd let anything happen. You really do worry too much. It's no good for your health, you know. That's not the point. Please obey the traffic laws. Anyway, please just come back and give it back right now. But why? We went to the trouble of getting into the highway and finally just left the state. Even if you tell me to bring it back, it's not like I can just snap my fingers and teleport. You're on the highway with no child seat and a little boy on your knee? Where exactly do you plan on going in our car? Stop messing around. This isn't a joke, you know. Lighten up a little, sweetie. What's the harm? We're just borrowing it for a little while, and like I said, you'll get it back this evening. We even filled the tank up to about, halfway. So if you think about it, this is actually profitable for you. You should be thanking me. No. Bring it back now, Kim, please. such a whiner. I told you it was fine, didn't I? Oh, you're being a real buzzkill right now, you know. Stop trying to spoil our fun. Just stay out of our way. Looks like I've got no choice but to ignore you until we return it. Goodbye. What? Wait. Kim! Kim, are you okay? I saw you on the evening news. You really went and caused the mother of all accidents in our car! Shut up! This isn't the time for that! Neville? My little Neville? They said on the news he got flung out of the window by the impact of the crash. Miraculously, there's no danger to his life, but my God, that poor thing, your son is seriously injured because of you. This isn't my fault. If that damn cop car hadn't suddenly turned its sirens on and started chasing us, if my boyfriend hadn't gotten scared of the cops and tried to swerve at the last minute to try to lose them, your boyfriend who was driving is at fault as well. But if you hadn't stolen our car in the first place, this never would have happened, would it? To think you'd suddenly take a left-hand drive car onto the highway for a long-distance drive. It's the most reckless thing I've ever heard of. What's more, you stole it to begin with and didn't even have a child seat, instead putting your little boy on your knee. You're the worst. Why would you say something so horrible? Aren't you going to say anything to try to make me feel better? My child's seriously injured, you know. I feel awful for Neville. He didn't deserve this at all. But to be honest, this is 100% your own fault. As for us, not only did we get our very expensive car stolen, but it got so messed up in the crash, it's now a write-off. All because you decided you were in the mood to commit theft today. Shut up! Shut up! You're the one who's at fault for having your car stolen. You're constantly showing up with that flashy sports car parked up in your drive when you know a single mother on welfare lives next door. You're so arrogant that I had no choice. Oh, it must be nice having to worry about money, huh? You probably look down on me and make fun of me behind my back. That's why I stole it. What the? So that's why you stole it? What a load of nonsense. Just because you're on welfare doesn't mean I look down on you. I've never thought anything of the sort, not even once. I mean, I've always treated you as a friend and neighbor, have I not? I invite you into our home for coffee, we go for walks with our kids. And where did the idea that we're rich come from? We're not as well off as you seem to think. My husband saved up like his life depended on it to be able to afford that car. Not only did you steal it, crash it, and have it written off, but you're not even gonna say sorry? Be quiet. I'm the victim here. It's your fault Neville's injured and in the hospital. If you didn't lend us the car, this never would have happened. You have a moral duty to make this right. Pay me compensation. You can say what you like, but the fact you stole and crashed our car is just that. A fact. And nothing you say can change that. You do plan on recompensing us for that, don't you? What? I obviously can't do that. That's impossible. I'm on welfare and barely have enough to get by as it is. Do you seriously think I can afford to pay for such an absurdly expensive car? This is what you get for being so extravagant. Anyway, shouldn't the person responsible for the crash be the one who pays compensation? Which means he's the one who should be paying, not me. By he, I assume you mean your boyfriend? Well, it's true. From what I've researched, it does seem like he'll be the one responsible for covering the compensation for the car itself. That's right. So it has nothing to do with me. But surely you do realize you're obligated to pay me too, right? Because you're going to be arrested for theft? What? I said you're going to be arrested for theft. I already filed the police report. Which means the police should be knocking on your door any moment now. If it goes to court and you're found guilty, you'll be sent to jail for up to 10 years and receive a fine of up to $5,000 on top of the compensation you'll be paying us. What? What on earth? 10 years in jail? $5,000 compensation? Do you think I'm made of money? I can't pay that. No. In that case, I'll take you to court and take my money by force. Your savings, furniture, appliances, anything that can be used to pay back the money you owe me will be seized by the court. By hook or by crook, I will get my money. But if you do that, I won't be able to live anymore. You plan on completely ruining my life? All over one measly little car? Would you give it a rest already? You're like a broken record. I don't know how many times I need to repeat myself for you to understand. I did not lend you our car. You stole it. You're nothing more than a lowly thief. Reading through all the nonsense you sent me just now would have anyone think you were the world's biggest victim. Have you no sense of personal accountability? Do you have any intention whatsoever of apologizing to me and my husband, the actual victims of your crime? No, it wasn't like that, I swear. I really did think you were lending me it. I didn't think it'd come to this. I thought you'd just laugh it off and let us have it for the day. Oh, I thought you were kind. Don't be so ridiculous. You take me for some kind of saint? I'm a human being just like anyone else. If something important gets stolen from me, I get mad and I want to be repaid for the loss I've suffered. But if all my things are taken like you just threatened, I'll be in serious trouble. I won't be able to live anymore. It's true. I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that if a welfare recipient gets arrested, their welfare gets cut off. If you end up doing hard time, I think you can reapply once you get out, though. If my welfare gets cut off now, I'll be in dire straits. Neville's supposed to be going to elementary school next year. That costs money. Olivia, I'm begging you. Please withdraw the police report. Please. Kim, you really are astonishingly selfish. You won't pay compensation. You won't take responsibility. You won't even accept being arrested. Do you really think you can get away with this? I won't be withdrawing the police report. The police will most likely be showing up at your house sometime soon. When they do, please at least have the decency to accept your arrest gracefully. Please just think about this. If I get arrested, what do you think will happen to Nozomu? Do you really want to separate a child from his mother? You monster! You demon! That's not my fault, is it? You did this. Anyway, I'm done speaking with you. I'll see you in court. Bye. After that, Kim and her boyfriend were marched away in handcuffs by the police. Kim, not knowing when to give up, was adamant she'd done nothing wrong, even during the trial, insisting it was her fault for letting it get stolen. Due to that, she was found guilty almost immediately and had to give up all her savings and sell all of her assets to cover the fine and compensation she owed me. Apparently, she told her boyfriend she borrowed the car from a friend in the neighborhood. He had no idea it was stolen, which I found out when he turned up at my house, got down on his knees, and apologized profusely. That's why I decided to settle on compensation with him out of court. Neville made a full recovery, and after being discharged from hospital, I heard his dad, Kim's ex-husband, took full custody of him. As for my husband, he was pretty depressed after having his beloved sports car stolen and written off like that. But he was ecstatic when I told him he could buy one with our compensation money. He's flicking through the pages of a car catalog with a big grin on his face as we speak.
Aubrey, you got a minute? What did you do with my work bag? Did you throw it away again?
Huh? I don't know. Why do you always suspect me of something?
Because you're always throwing my stuff away. You burned all the books and CDs from my bookshelf in the yard. You cut all the clothes from my closet into tiny pieces and threw them in the trash. It would be weirder if I didn't doubt you.
Do you seriously need to remember every little detail? Ugh, you're so cringy.
Never mind that. What did you do with my bag? All the documents for today's meeting were in there.
I threw it in the garbage at the neighborhood collection point on my way to volleyball practice this morning. If you don't hurry up and start sifting through the trash, the garbage truck will come and collect it.
What? Why would you do something like that?
Well, since you're a garbage dad, all of your personal belongings are garbage too. All I did was take out the garbage. If anything, you should be thanking me for being such a delightful daughter.
I don't know how you reached that conclusion. I'm fully aware that you hate me. To a degree, I've basically given up on you because I know you're going through a rebellious phase. But don't get carried away. I draw a line at throwing away my belongings.
Huh? Is the piece of garbage trying to say something to me? How dare you, you ugly, good-for-nothing piece of trash. You're the one who's getting carried away. In fact, I'm gonna tell Mom about this. You won't be getting any supper this evening.
It's no wonder you grew up to have such a wicked nature with your mom Chrissy enabling you by taking your side every time. But you're 15 years old now. It's time you stop behaving like such an immature brat. You do understand the difference between right and wrong, don't you?
Surely taking out the trash is a good thing. I do wish I could toss you in there along with it, but unfortunately I'm stuck with you.
If you're so intent on carrying out your malicious pranks, I have a couple of ideas on my own.
You think I'm scared of being threatened by garbage? Don't make me laugh. More importantly, I have morning volleyball practice now, so stop bothering me. Actually, just don't message me at all, garbage dad, okay?
Hey, Aubrey! What the hell is going on?
Oh, don't you dare talk to me. Did you not understand what don't message me at all means? Oh, you're so annoying.
Believe me, I'm not messaging you because I want to. But no matter how many times I message your mom, she does nothing but ignore me. So I had no choice but to message you instead. Now tell me, what the hell is going on? Why have all my belongings been tossed out in the yard? Not just that, but it looks like they got thrown out of the second floor window. My expensive speakers have been smashed to pieces. What's more, my keys don't work anymore and I can't get in the house. Did your mother change the locks?
Obviously, you no longer have the right to live in the same house as us. Me and Mom will be living just the two of us from now on.
Stop screwing me around, Aubrey. I know you both hate me, but this is taking it too far. You tossed all my stuff out in the yard. I can't get into my own house. Where the hell did you expect me to sleep? On a park bench?
Not my problem, but now that you mention it, a park bench would be perfect for a piece of garbage like you. Why don't you just go stay with your mistress?
My mistress? I don't know what you mean.
Don't play dumb. Mom told me all about your sordid behavior. You've been having an affair.
What? Me? Having an affair?
There's always a different lie. You have overtime or you're going drinking with a friend. You're cheating on Mom, aren't you? Mom said she saw you walking around with another woman. You can't worm your way out of it this time. Oh, you're the worst! I feel sick just knowing that you're my dad. I wish we weren't related. You're such a piece of trash. I wish the garbage collectors would put you in their truck and get rid of you once and for all.
Just slow down a minute. I'm not having an affair.
Oh, shut up. No one believes you, liar. I don't need a garbage dad like you.
Okay, I'll leave then. I'm not your real dad anyway.
Huh?
I've tolerated you for so long, but there's no need for me to keep up the charade anymore. If you two don't like me, then you're the ones who should leave. In any case, the pair of you are nothing but strangers to me.
Wait a sec. What does that mean? You're not my real dad?
I thought it would be in your best interest if you didn't know, so I kept quiet about it all this time. But the guy Chrissy cheated on me with is your real dad.
What? The guy Mom cheated on you with? Stop lying. You're the one who's having an affair. Stop trying to deflect responsibility.
That's the lie Chrissy brainwashed you with. I've never had an affair. There's also no evidence whatsoever to suggest that I have. On the contrary, there is evidence that proves Chrissy's affair. It was over 10 years ago now. But I kept hold of all the proof.
You've got to be lying. Mom wouldn't have an affair. She's not like that.
You were 1 year old when I discovered what she was up to. She'd been seeing her ex-boyfriend from her student days behind my back. Not only did she know you weren't my child, but she kept quiet about it and let me carry on thinking you were. Both of our families got dragged into the drama when it got out, and things got seriously messy. Both sides fought it out in a battle of epic proportions. I want a divorce! I don't want a divorce!
If it's like you say, and Mom really did cheat on you, and the guy she cheated on you with is my real dad, why did you stay with her this whole time? Why didn't you divorce her?
Well, to tell you the truth, it was because of you. Both mine and Chrissy's parents were opposed to the divorce. They insisted that the child shouldn't suffer the sins of the mother. They said that because I'd already raised you for a year, you were as good as my own daughter. They somehow persuaded me to overlook what your mom did to me and continue raising you as my own. I was young back then, and I foolishly thought that I probably bore some responsibility for her drifting away from me. I did as our parents told me, and decided to try and rebuild the relationship for your sake.
That really happened? You did that for me?
But it was a total failure. Chrissy mistook my willingness to fix the relationship as forgiveness for what she did, and got completely carried away. She seemed to forget the fact that she cheated on me in the first place, and actually had the nerve to blame me for trying to divorce her. She took revenge by filling your head with lies about me. Top it all off, she tried to destroy your image of me once and for all by spearing me with cheating accusations. As a result, I've been treated like garbage by the pair of you for longer than I even remember. And now my personal belongings are getting thrown away, even though I was originally the victim in all this. I won't tolerate it anymore.
I had no idea about any of this. It's not like I remember being 1 year old. How was I supposed to know everything Mom said about you was lies?
It's true. There's no way you could have known. She brainwashed you from a young age, after all. It's only natural for a girl of that age to be close to her mother. That said, does your ignorance justify everything you've done to me? You're old enough to understand the difference between right and wrong now.
But
Don't bother. I'm done listening to your excuses. I have no intention of forgiving you, no matter what you say. These 14 years were a complete waste of time. Working like a dog while being abused by my cheating wife. And a kid who's not even mine. I really am a sucker for putting up with it for so long. But no more. Goodbye.
no, wait! Where are you going?
I'll be staying at a hotel for the time being until I get my thoughts together. My belongings are all either broken or caked in mud, so I can't use any of them. My key no longer works, so I can't get into the house.
Just wait a minute. I'll come and let you in. Wait, please, let's just talk about this. Come home!
There's nothing for us to talk about. Besides, why would I want to live in a house with garbage like you and your mom in it? It's not the kind of place I could call home. I'll be making the necessary arrangements for the house, too.
The necessary arrangements? What does that mean?
It means I'm selling it. The house itself, the land it's built on, the furniture, everything.
What? Why?
Because I'm divorcing Chrissy. Which means the two of you, being complete strangers, will be obliged to get out. Big detached house like that is too big for me to live in on my own. Plus, the place is full of nothing but bad memories for me. So it's not exactly somewhere I feel like staying. I'm gonna sell it and move away.
You mean you're gonna kick me and Mom out on the streets? You'd go that far? Really? Where are we supposed to go if you kick us out? Are you saying we should sleep on a park bench?
Not my problem. Although now that you mention it, a park bench would be perfect for two pieces of garbage like you. Could always just go to Chrissy's parents' place, though. Since they're the sort of people who'd overlook their daughter's unfaithfulness and force me to tolerate a relationship that was clearly against my best interests, I'm sure they'll be more than ready to take full responsibility for you both.
But Grandma's house is in the middle of nowhere. I'd have to hop between about 5 different trains and buses to make it that far. There won't be any good schools, and I won't even be able to go shopping. Plus, I don't want to switch schools now. I like the one I'm at.
It's not like I'm saying you have to go live out in the sticks if it's inconvenient for you. If you don't want to do that, living with your mom, just the two of you, is always an option. Your mother is unemployed, though, so granted, your standard of living will drop dramatically. And far from just having to quit volleyball club, the chances of you even being able to go to high school would be slim.
Both options sound awful. No, I don't want to. Please, I'm begging you to come back. I'll never call you a garbage dad again. I'll never say anything mean at all. I'll be the perfect daughter. I might not be a real daughter, but you did raise me as your own for a whole 15 years. Surely that means we have a special bond. Would you really abandon your daughter like this?
I've never felt a particularly strong bond with you, so I really would. All I'm doing is throwing away my garbage ex-wife and her piece of trash daughter like the human waste you are. Just like how you've treated me all these years.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I won't be showing my face at the house for a while. I'll be making the preparations for the divorce and the selling of the house from the hotel. I suggest the two of you get your things together and get out.
Please wait. I'm sorry. I've treated you awfully. I'll never talk back to you again, I swear. Please just come back. I'm begging you, Dad.
Don't call me that. It makes me sick. After that, I put together some essential belongings and booked a room in a nearby hotel. My inbox was full of desperate messages from Aubrey and Chrissy begging me to come back. But I put my phone on mute and ignored them all. 3 days later, I called Chrissy and told her to meet at a nearby family restaurant, where I handed her the divorce papers. She broke down in tears, got on her knees, and apologized profusely while screaming, "Please forgive me!" But I told her if she didn't sign the papers, I'd take her to court. At which point she reluctantly scribbled her signature while crying floods of tears. In later discussions, we agreed to cancel out any child support payments as compensation for her breaking and ruining all my stuff. On top of that, I also plan on getting as much money as possible out of her for the property damage. Chrissy took Aubrey and moved in with her parents. Before we said goodbye forever, Aubrey clung to me as she cried, "No! I want to live with Dad!" But I remained quiet, shook her off, and saw the two of them out of my house for good. After I sold the house, I cut all ties with my own parents too. I bought a fairly large apartment not too far from work, and now I'm living my life there entirely as I see fit, in tranquil peace and quiet.